We're going live. We're going live. How y'all doing today? Let's see what it is. It's 4:51. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes because you know what? Yesterday, let me move my camera a little bit. Yesterday, when I went live, I noticed it wasn't like as clear as I wanted it to be. And it was because I was using StreamYard. So today I said, let me just go live straight on YouTube and let's see, what the quality is giving. Because I know my camera gives, but it's like StreamYard, unless you pay for the extra service. Ooh, y'all know what this means, right? If your hand itching, you're supposed to put it in your pocket. I don't know what's the difference between left or right. I'll look that up later. But I'm going to make sure I put it in my pocket. Because hand itching mean you go get some money. And you put it in your pocket, that means you're going to keep it. Y'all didn't know? Okay, I'm looking around because I actually cleaned up my room. And I got to make sure I can see my stuff. So first, let me make sure my volume is working. Let me make sure. Yeah. Okay, so my volume is working. And I was feeling a little funny because I said, wait a minute, girl, you got the same pajamas you had on yesterday, but I know I'm not the only one that wear the pajamas a couple of days. It's just day number 2. As a matter of fact, I normally do my laundry on Monday, but somebody else had their clothes in the washer because if I had did my laundry, all my stuff would have been different. Ooh. So maybe I'll get to do my laundry today. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I'm not wearing no makeup today. So how y'all doing? Let me see what the weather's like over here on this side of town. Oh, yesterday was the 9th, so today is September the 10th. And it is 57 degrees and clear in my area. It's supposed to get up to the 80s. So today I'm just going to spend a little extra time on my skincare because tomorrow I know that we have a lot of meetings and I'm going to be on camera tomorrow. And why I make a suggestion at a meeting, now I got to do it. Ain't that the oldest trick in the book? That's why most people be quiet at meetings. I made a suggestion at a meeting. Now I got to do it. I broke cardinal rule number 1. Just be quiet. Just be quiet at the meetings. But I can't be mad. I've been quiet for a long time, so we have one particular meeting. Is it once a month or every 2 weeks? I can't remember. But at this meeting, we often have to have separate meetings as different committees. Like we have a training committee, we have a chat committee, and all this and that. So my suggestion was Since we have this meeting already on the books for a whole hour, once a week or once every 2 weeks, why not take part of this meeting and create breakout rooms where we could break out, work on separate projects, and come back? That way, some work gets done and you get an update on the work getting done. And we using the same time slot. So it's not adding another meeting to your schedule. Like I was listening to my daughter yesterday, and where she work at, half of her day was meetings. Like from 12 to 4 was all different meetings. And then she was telling me tomorrow is all meetings but 2 hours. Do y'all realize in 2 days out of 16 hours, 8 of her hours is sitting listening to meetings? And I just feel like sometimes, oh, maybe it's just me, when you're in meetings, there's no work getting done. At least for me, because I've never been one of those who like to multitask. Some people are at meetings and they're physically there, but they're not there. I have been at a meeting before, and if I get a ticket, I'll just X myself out the meeting so I can take care of my customer. But some people will even put in the chat, dropping off for a meeting, I'll be right back. Like you got meetings booked on top of meetings. And then some people are physically at a meeting, but they doing work. And I just feel like if I'm at a meeting, I'm listening to the meeting. Maybe it's just me. But I made the suggestion also because the young lady that has to conduct the meetings, it's one whole hour, and she talks or give us content for a whole hour. And I was like, this can help you out too. Like we can do 30 minutes of talking and catching up, and then let us break out and do some work. And then we can come back to you in the last 15 minutes and let you know the updates of the work groups, as opposed to where the way things go now is we meet for an hour. She goes through a whole agenda. We talk about all the stuff we want to do. Then we have to break out in groups. We have to set separate meetings on our calendar. So now you go from 1 hour a week for this group. Now it's going to be 2 hours. You have your separate committee meeting. You do some work. Then you have to email her the notes or whatever you discussed during your subgroup meeting. And it just dawned on me while I was sitting in the meeting the other day. I said, why? And then we got a lot of people who don't want to participate in the subgroups. So if you already got the audience there, they definitely come into this one meeting on Mondays. Why not do our groups during that meeting? We just make the time shorter. So, y'all, I've never done this before. Like, I know that when you're on Zoom, you can have different rooms, but we're on another platform and they tasked me to figure out how to do the separate rooms, which, I'm not tripping. I'm going straight to YouTube University. If I have to set up a meeting with me my old email address, my work email address, 3 different of me's. I'm going to figure out how to start a meeting and set up breakout rooms. Because I think that would make the meeting more efficient. You got people automatically there. And currently, we're just sitting listening to, your agenda and what the plans are going to be for next month and next quarter and what the plans and stuff like that. When we could actually be working. We could actually be working. So what's going on? What's going on? As a matter of fact, where's my phone? Let's get into it because I'm not doing no makeup today, but want to go ahead and say rest in peace to James Earl Jones. He passed away yesterday at the ripe age of 93. And I was just wondering, like, when you think of James Earl Jones, what movie comes to mind? I was reading somebody's post and they said, he was the best Darth Vader. And I don't remember ever seeing, I didn't even know he was Darth Vader. So sue me. I don't really look at action. But the first thing I think about when I think about James Earl Jones is, and I'm on YouTube now, and it's saying I can share my screen. So let's see. The first thing I think about James Earl Jones is car wash. That's the first thing that comes to mind. So that made me think. So let me go to his IMDb page. Did I say that right? IMDb page. And let's look at some of the movies that James Earl Jones played in. But when I started looking at this list, he got over 130 credits to his name, honey. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go through all of them. And I'm glad they got them in, the year that they were put out so you could easily scroll. Scroll down here to around the time I was a child. Yeah, let's keep scrolling. Yeah, let's keep scrolling. But was he in Car Wash? I know he was. But I don't see it on here. That's not considered a movie, maybe. Oh, there's Claudine. Yeah, I remember Claudine. Okay, let's go down here. So it looks like he started making films in 1952, and he was on the soap operas, child. What did they used to call them? The soaps. He was on The Guiding Light from 1952 to 2009. So does that mean he had to have lived wherever they taped The Guiding Light? That was a long time. Is that even real? That's a long time. He was on As the World Turns for longer. So these are the soaps that my mom and my grandmom, all of them like those soap operas on that channel. I didn't see Tarzan, but I see it on here. I remember Claudine. I could have sworn that he was on Car Wash, but they don't have it on here. So, Piece of the Action. Yep, I remember Piece of the Action. Was he on Exorcist too? I don't remember. He was in Star Wars, Beauty and the Beast, The Creation. These are all of the credit. Atlanta Child Murders. And I think y'all try to bring this series out. This actually came out originally in 1985, right after the whole story came out. Stories from the Bible. He was in Soul Man, Coming to America, LA Law, Saturday Night with Connie Chung. Okay. Best of the Best, Heat Wave, Ivory Hunters, Abundance. Now we get in the 90s with Scorchers, True Identity, Convicts, Pros and Cons. And he had 12 episodes of Pros and Cons, and I've never seen that show. He played in Lincoln, the movie, Sesame Street. What? I know he was in Car Wash. Am I going crazy? And why don't they have Car Wash listed? Jefferson in Paris. And I did not really know I could share my screen on YouTube. So this is really good to know. I could do the same thing, and it is much clearer. He was on The Simpsons, What the Deaf Man Heard, another TV series called Homicide: Life on the Street. 3 episodes. He was in The Lion King. Look at all of the credits. James Earl Jones worked. Okay. Quiet man that got it in. James said, I'm going to work. Star Wars 5 episodes. Lion King in 2019. Then he came back to Coming to America again. Just 3 years ago in 2021, he was in Coming to America. And the last thing he filmed was 4 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi in 2022. Just 2 years ago, in his 90s, he was working. In his 90s, he was working. And if I'm not mistaken, did he read a lot of books? I think he was the narrator in one of the Bible audio books, because that's what he was known for, is his voice. Known for his voice. So rest in peace to James Earl Jones. Born in Mississippi, passed away in New York. And what is going on? Let me cut this down right here. What is going on the Braxton family values? Because let me see. Yeah, what is going on the Braxton family values? I was so excited for this series, but I'm really perplexed. Tracy passed away 2 years ago, and they're taking you back, I don't know, and showing you, their healing process, what they're doing to try to heal and things like that. But I got a couple of things in my mind. You with me? If they didn't have Tracy to talk about, what would these girls be talking about? Think about it. If they did not have Tracy Braxton to talk about, what else would they be talking about? Because they not talking about nothing. From what I can see, they're not talking about a thing. They all up in, now the sisters, this just, y'all with me on my timeline, and I'm just telling you what I'm hearing through the grapevine. I don't know. I'm not related. I haven't Googled. I haven't looked up. This is straight off the dome. But I love me some Braxton Family Values. I love it because the relationship between sisters is like that in a lot of families. So that's why I feel like they're very relatable. Very relatable. The only one that gets up under my nerve is Trina because she puts on that fake accent and for no reason. She puts on a fake accent for no reason and it gets on my nerve. But in general, you know, sisters gonna fight just like brothers fight, siblings fight, and then they get back together. That's just the way it is, right? So I'm watching the season and I'm watching it through YouTube videos, and everything is about, you know, Tracy's passing, you know, what you did, what I did, what we did, how we gonna heal, how we stood our ground. We didn't go to that service. She didn't want a service. We said we were going to stand by Tracy's wishes. So I'm just now realizing this morning what that really meant because I've seen some more videos. And from what I can understand, none of her sisters went to her funeral or her mother because according to the sisters, she did not want a funeral service. I don't know where this came from. I'm just a bystander. So I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. But according to the show, they all united together and said, we're not going to go to this funeral because Tracy never wanted a funeral. Okay. I mean, you're her sister. You know, you was there. I wasn't. So I was taking them at their word. Like I said, I'm not a part of the family. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just going by what you're telling me on this TV program. So this whole time, that's what they've been telling us is, you know, our sister did not want a service. She wanted everything, you know, low key and this and that. Well, honey, the girls pulled up her last will and testament, which was done in December of before she passed. I think she passed about 4 or 5 months later, but it was a will that's been registered by the state about 5 months before she passed. It's the only will that's being acknowledged by Maryland at this particular time. Anybody can go online and pull the will. So the girls on YouTube have pulled that will. Because we all confused, like what is the disdain for the husband? Like, why is there so much confusion? So the girls went and pulled up the will, which is free to the public. Well, not free. You have to pay for it. And they paid for it, honey. And according to Tracy's will, she did not say she did not want a funeral. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, did she change her mind and put it in writing less than 5 months before she passed? Like, what happened? Because the one that's right here, that's registered by the state of Maryland, is saying that she did not say she did not want a funeral. What she said was she did not want her, and I'm just letting this play in it. Oh, I was just letting that play in the background. What she was saying is, oh, this is not what I want. Not want her the Eastern Stars and her Divine Nine group to perform their ceremony like they do at funerals. As a matter of fact, she actually mentions in the will who's supposed to pick out her outfit for the viewing and things like that. So, you know, I would really like to know what happened, because this will is very clear. It mentions, I mean, this is written out professionally. She met with a lawyer and everything and made this will out less than 5 months before she passed. And yeah, she said, she said who was going to pick her clothes out. She said she did not want the Eastern Stars or her Divine Nine group to perform any ceremony because she did not want to delay the grieving process for her family. She wanted everything to be over with quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. So her will is pretty detailed, and it's the one registered with the state of Maryland. So my question is, did she change it? And y'all sisters the only one that know about maybe a verbal one? Like, what happened? Because the will that's registered with the state, it mentions a couple of times about a service and who gonna pick out her outfit. So I said I wasn't gonna do nothing, but I'm just gonna do a little something. That's all, just a little something. So this is very confusing to me. Like, how did y'all get it so wrong? Like, all the way off like that? And the other thing I want to know is, why so much disdain for her husband that y'all have known for 25 years? There's something going on there that nobody wants to talk about. And the only time I know for a family to really not like somebody's spouse is one of two things. And you just heard me. I'm not calling nobody's name. I'm not calling nobody's family. But I'm saying in general, there's only two things that family will hold against you hard body. And that's if one, you was cheating on her, and two, you was putting your hands on her. And I really want to know, like, even before Tracy was even ill, you didn't see Kevin that much, and they didn't talk about Kevin that much. What is it about Kevin? So if y'all know, let me know. Because this isn't new, them not liking Kevin. This is not new. As a matter of fact, like somebody showed on their video, Tracy even went to marriage boot camp one time, her and Kevin, because they was having trouble. Or, was it just because so they can get a paycheck? I'm not going to lie to you, If somebody told me they're going to give me $20,000 for coming to a house for a week and just pretend like my marriage is having trouble, I think I would do it too. It's TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost everything is make-believe on TV. I think I got something in my eye, but I don't see it. And y'all, my lashes lasted me a day. So we ain't going to be mad at these lashes today. The other thing I want to look at is what's going on down in Brooklyn? Hello? Brooklyn? Come to the stage. Because now, before I try to show you these pictures or whatever I'm about to show you, let me tell you what I heard. I heard on social media somebody was getting their car towed. I don't know the reason. I don't know if it was a parking violation or they wasn't making the payments. I don't know. This is just some Fenty powder, and I like it. I haven't used it in a while, but I like this this light coverage it's giving me. So I heard somebody's car was getting towed in Brooklyn, and he ran out to stop the tow truck driver, which makes me think he know his car was on the tow list. So he ran out to catch the tow truck driver, and he was saying, put the car down, put the car down. And the tow truck driver, which I heard got fired, was outside of the car. Okay. So while the tow truck driver outside doing the little hook up, whatever they doing, the man whose car was getting towed jumped in the truck, honey. Jumped in the tow truck with his car attached, doors open, and drove down the street, hitting several cars. Like, bruh. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Look at this man. Also, his truck was just illegally parked. Ooh, but still, this man went down the street, and you know the cities have small streets. It's not like living in the suburbs where you got highways. This is a little street. It looks actually over by the paper. Looks by a hotel I stayed. Oh, I'm scrolling on the wrong screen. There we go. See this little street right here? This man is driving this truck, which, as you can see, is sideways. Okay? You see what I'm talking about? The truck is sideways. That man ain't finished getting the truck on there good. He gonna drive this truck down the street and hit cars left and right. Look, we get it. There's nothing worse than walking out to see your vehicle being towed away because you were parked in the wrong spot, or thought you could be quick enough to get it and back to the store while parked in an illegal area at the curb. It's an infuriating experience because not only do you not have your vehicle, but now you must deal with the cost of a ticket and the cost of impounding. Because, like, I don't know where y'all are, but I think they start. Last time I got my car towed was at that high rise, and it was illegally towed. They took my car less than 2 miles away from the apartment complex to a tow lot. And altogether, they were starting at $265 going up. So $265 and then a daily charge. But they let me pick up my car the same day because it was illegally towed. It's an infuriating experience. But this bonehead stole the tow truck, which was attached to his Chevrolet Silverado, and drove away. They done called the man a bonehead. Well, let's see all the photos. They got 14 photos right here. Oh, Lord. Tow truck damage. That's a random car on the side. Look. Tow truck caught on camera. There you go. Like, he's hitting all these cars as he drives down the street because his truck had the door open. Like this. Can he get locked up for that? Well, he stole the girl. He stole the tow truck. I think he can. Boy, you could have just went down there and paid them people their money because you was just illegally parked and got your car back. Now you could be facing charges. And from what I heard, they did let the tow truck driver go. Which I don't know why. Like, was he not supposed to secure the truck? Like, I don't know why. I don't know. He must have broke some regulations or something. But for some reason, they let the tow truck driver go. I thought it was a video on here, but I don't see anything that say I could play the video. And this just happened, honey, yesterday. Just yesterday. Maybe it's this one right here got a video. Sunset Park in Brooklyn. 10 o'clock in the morning. 170th and 53rd. He jumps in the tow truck and drive away. So I think that's considered you stole the tow truck. Wouldn't that be? Let me go back to the New York Post. Oh, here's the video. Is this a video? No. I don't know why they don't let you play the video. Oh, this is it right here. I know I had saw the video on. Did y'all see that? This man, like, what was he thinking about? What in the world was this man thinking about? I don't want to watch it again on Instagram. Boy. Crazy. And then I heard a baby crying. Like, did he really do that so close to where there was somebody's child? Like, he could have hit a child or anything. Fighting with the tow man. Maybe. Just another day in the city, honey. Just another day in the city. Brother, you got a lot of charges. You got a lot of charges coming your way. I don't know, who pissed you off, but we're going to have to follow up. We're going to have to follow up. This happened on Monday. So I'm going to have to make a little note on my calendar to find out what happened to this man. I want to know how many charges and why did they fire the tow truck? Why did they fire the tow truck guy? It looks like he's just trying to defend himself from getting beat up. Or could he have been towing and the car wasn't illegally parked? Like, why would he lose his job if he's just doing his job? We need some more information, but I did see a headline that said the tow truck driver was let go. So I'm gonna get some more information on this later on this week, and we're gonna see what really happened. Today is Tuesday. Make it a great day, family. Yeah. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace, riches.